Triangles make compelling shapes, either alone, as part of a pattern, or as an interior shape within a design. Put two triangles together and you have a diamond. Because of their reduced volume, triangle and diamond logos tend to have the text stand outside the shape. Here are some techniques for working with triangles and diamonds. Let's use the polygon tool to create our triangles. We can click to do it numerically, but of course it's easier just to click and drag. If I want the triangle created from its center point, I will hold down the Option or Alt key. If you find you have too many sides, you can reduce the number of sides. I'm increasing the number of sides there by pressing the up arrow, but to reduce them, press the down arrow until you get to 3 sides. And if you want it to have a flat base, hold down the Shift key. Now at this point, you wish you had more hands because you can also move it while you're drawing it. And this is true of any of the shapes if you hold down the space bar before you let go of the mouse. So there's my triangle, which I will now give a solid feel to and no stroke. If I want to round the corners on the triangle, I can come to my direct selection tool and pull in on the targets. If I'm working with an earlier version of Illustrator, I won't have that option, but I can get the same result by coming to the Effect menu, Stylize, Round Corners. If I want the triangle to become a play button, all I need to do is rotate it through 90 degrees. If you want to visually segment an equilateral triangle, which is what you're going to get with the polygon tool, use the line tool. I'm going to start out with the line tool, and let's make sure that the triangle itself is not selected. I'll have a fill of none and a stroke color of white. And then using my smart guides, I'm going to draw a line at 30 degrees, and I'm going to stop when I see my smart guide indicating that I'm at the center point. I'll then draw down another from the top and another from bottom right, like so. Alternatively, we can start with a square and divide it into 4 by drawing diagonal lines across the square, selecting the lines and the square, using our Pathfinder options, divide. So we now have 4 triangles. I'll use my direct selection tool so I can select them individually. Select that one and come to my reflect tool. Alt-click on the left edge of that triangle and reflect it vertically through 90 degrees. Now select its opposite number, go back to the reflect tool and do the same thing. If you want a right angle triangle, start with a square, then use your pen tool and delete one of the anchor points. Here I'm going to adjust the scale of the triangle. I want to pull it in on both sides, so I'm going to hold down the Alt or Option key. I will also add an anchor point so that I can manipulate its shape. I'll do that with the pen tool. Press P to access my pen tool. I'll add an anchor point at its center. Press A to access my direct selection tool. Then holding down my Shift key, I'll pull that anchor point down. To create a dimensional triangle like the Google Play logo, start out by making sure that you have a round corner join. Select the triangle, come to the stroke, and choose round corner. Let's just take a look at how that looks. There's the round corner, and that's how it is before, and that's how it is with the round corner. So now what I'm going to do is come to my scale tool, hold down the Alt or Option key and click on the top anchor point of the triangle. Make a copy, a uniform copy at 25%. Now hold down the Shift and the Alt key and drag that copy down to the bottom of the triangle, and then holding down the Shift key, drag it over to the left of the triangle until it intersects with the path. Now holding down the Shift key and the Alt or Option key, duplicate another copy over to the right-hand side. Select all 4 shapes, come to the Shape Builder, hold down the Option key and delete the ends. Switch to the Line tool, zoom in. Let's draw lines from anchor point to anchor point. Select the whole shape, use the Shape Builder, combine those segments, hold down the Option or Alt key, To delete the interior segment, now let's apply different colors or tints to the individual segments. And optionally, make the stroke property none. You can easily make a triangle into a diamond simply by reflecting it across the vertical axis, making a copy, selecting both, using the Pathfinder to unite the two. I'm also, in this case, going to have an interior copy at 50%. I'll then select both. Holding down the Option key, I'll scale them like so, and then move the result into position. Finally, we can rotate multiple diamonds around a center point. I'll select the one diamond, press R to access my Rotate tool, hold down Option or Alt, click on the anchor point, and in this case, we want to move through increments of 120 degrees, making a copy, then press Command or Control D to repeat that transformation. So there are some ways in which triangles and diamonds can be incorporated into logos.